These pictures show Ukrainian, Jews, Crimean Tatars, all those who resisted the Soviet Union's totalitarian regime. They were locked in prisons or sent to concentration and labor camps.
In
the late 40s and early 50s, entire villages in western Ukraine were being deported. Researchers say less than a half of those deported survived. It was genocide that continued even 20 years on after the Holodomor.
Many prisoners were not broken by the repression. According to Ukraine's Institute of National Remembrance, more than half of the Gulag prisoners were Ukrainian.
It's about the uprisings organized in 1953 to 1954 in camps in Norilsk, Vorkuta, and Kengir. They were all led by Ukrainians, particularly Ukrainian insurgents from UPA who went through concentration camps, launched the uprising, which practically destroyed the Gulag Empire. These leaflets are about those who beat the Gulag.
After the World War II, the Soviet authorities in the Kremlin were keen to tell the entire world about USSR's exciting new projects. Propaganda reels showed strong men and women building roads to the country's remote regions or setting production records at factories and in coal mines. Meanwhile, behind the scenes remained millions of prisoners forced to perform hard and dangerous labor. Among them was Vasyl Ovsiyenko, who was a cellmate of the dissident and politician Lev Kolukyanenko and worked in a labor camp with Vasyl Stus. Ovsiyenko was convicted 3 times for anti-Soviet propaganda. He was sentenced to 22 years in total.
I spent 13 and a half years in prison. It was not until 1988, when Gorbachev came to power, that we were pardoned, not even rehabilitated.
The exhibition aims to point out the similarities between Soviet and Nazi concentration camps and between the regimes that created them.
Worst of all, the Soviet communist regime was never brought to justice, unlike the Nazi one. And this unpunished evil can always be revived once again. We're already seeing this evil being revived in the modern Russian Federation.
Birchak says that in modern Russia, taking part in a protest or even criticizing the authorities on social media can land you in prison. Since the beginning of the Kremlin's war in Donbass, 97 Ukrainians became political prisoners or prisoners of war in Russia, and close to 120 are held prisoner in the Russian-occupied territories of Ukraine. Reported by Ihor Medilyan, UATV.